if you look at the areas where searching for over the board or security for over the board matters happen, it's entry to a venue, and they have their scanners looking for objects or gadgets like people's smart watches or watches and cell phones, so that they don't go to the toilet and get moves from help that comes from outside. But I've got something very simple, and it's been in front of us all this time. So if you'll give me time, just bear with me. It's a new channel, and I just want you guys to help support. In fact, chess as we know it will change forever. In fact, it has changed already for those who know what I'm about to share, and knowing that most of the people who are going to hear what I'm going to say today or in this video have not known about it. So here we go. Okay, so what I'll do also, just before I continue, I will not share stuff that doesn't have links. Everything I share, I'll try and put links, but more importantly, I will not only say it, because I don't want you to take my word for it. Everything I say, I'll be saying something and I'll be showing you while I'm doing it, just to make sure that everybody has the information right before them. It's just information that is right in front of us, but we had no idea. So forget anal beads, forget engines like Kramnik accused Naroditsky of cheating, using an engine against his students or his clients, I don't know, whatever case. Ikaru for cheating, farming for points from, and winning percentages, statistics, whatever. What we're looking at is something that is before us. So it's been in front of us all along. So let me start here. Okay, so we're just going to use Google for everything. That makes it simpler. Everybody's got Google, right? So human 2.0. Okay, just Google what's human 2.0, right? What does human 2.0 mean? Human 2.0. Professor Her of MIT Media Lab describes Human 2.0, an era where technology will merge with our bodies and our minds to forever change our concept of human capability, right? I know that, well, that's nothing. What's that? There's nothing. Okay, let's go further, right? Let's look at human augmentation. Yeah. Human augmentation. What's meant by human augmentation? Human augmentation is a term for technologies that improve human capabilities. They primarily work to elevate human performance, health, or quality of life. Popular examples of human augmentation technology are devices such as cochlear implants or robotic limbs. You'll say there's nothing there. What is he going on about? Why are we even here? But anyway, let me just go further. Okay, we're living in a time of what is called biodigital convergence. Biodigital convergence is the study of how biological and digital technologies interact and merge. It combines fields like engineering, biotechnology, nanotechnology, cognitive science, and information technology. If you go to the images, you get a rough idea. So that's what I want us to look at and try and understand where we are and where we're going to, and where we're coming from. But already you get an idea of what I am on about. Yeah, so the human body as we know it is the thing that goes beyond those the mechanism that searches people when they're entering a venue, and so on and so on and so on. But anyway, let's look at how a body that is now half machine and half human can interact with the outside world. So what's li-fi? Okay, li-fi meaning sorry, my internet is slow. Li-fi, light fidelity, is a wireless communication technology that uses light to transmit data. It's different from Wi-Fi because it uses light waves instead of radio waves. How it works: a Li-Fi network uses LED lamps to transmit data to a device, blah blah blah. Okay, fine, but let me just go further and look at optical wireless communication, right? It's the same as Li-Fi. It's one of the same technology. Okay. Optical wireless communication is a technology that uses light waves to transmit data without the use of optical fibers. It can use visible, infrared, or ultraviolet light. So we do use LED lights. That were encouraged to, instead of using the normal bulbs we used to use way back then. Today we use LED lights, and that's what this technology uses, right? So we can see that this technology can communicate. In fact, we can look at images for OWC, which is optical wireless communication. Just look at the images of what technology can do using light. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these lights. Look at these people. There's 3 people in a room, and the lights here, they are communicating, taking data from the gadgets, the cell phone from this lady, the monitor in the room, and other laptop and all that other things. So they can communicate, and you can even look at this diagram here. Look at these lights, they are communicating. So that's Li-Fi, that's OWC, and we can also go back to what you call visible light communication. Let's look at visible light communication. Visible light communication, right? It's one and the same thing. Look at the diagrams for the same thing. It's lights, visible light communication. It's indoor and there's outdoor. Look at this diagram of this dude in a room holding his phone. The light taking data from his phone, feeding into the light, and the light, and so on and so on. So we've got technology around us that is not looked at when we look at ways of cheating. We've always thought that a phone only somebody can, like the grandmaster, I think it was number 69 in the world, was caught with a phone in the toilet and so on and so, looking at moves or getting information from or using an engine in the toilet. But our bodies themselves are now a wire. Our bodies themselves can communicate with the outside world using technology, and I'll prove to you now. I'll show you. I'll not only say it, but I'll actually go with you as I'm doing this, so that you can understand what we are talking about, where we are at with technology. The body itself is now what is enabling cheating to happen. But in the future, it will not be cheating, because in the end, human beings will play like machines. Because instead of, like with 6G, when 6G does come, and they're saying by 2030, but some actually saying by 2026 we'll have 6G. With 6G, there won't be a need for cell phones. Our bodies themselves will operate as cell phones. We will not need the gadgets themselves in our hand. The phones will be on our body, in our body. So this technology is there already. So we've not thought of the body as a tool to cheat in chess, but some people already know of this technology. So how many people know of this To others who are watching this video, it's news to them, but to others who have already know this technology and have used it in ways that they can advance their playing level at chess, they can cheat over the board. It's possible, and I'll show you that it's not that difficult. The technology is there already, it's around us. But while it's mainly used for health purposes and for surveillance and all other things, we know that it can be used, it's hackable, and some people who are computer nerds. I'm not in any of those fields, but I'm just absorbing information that is right in front of me, and I'm saying that of all the things that we could have thought of when we started thinking of cheating, while we know that cheating on chess over the board does happen online, it's not even a discussion. It happens every time, but over the board, that's where the mystery was at. But now with this just confirms that over the board cheating is very, very possible and very, very doable. So let me just like what I just mentioned, now let's look at turning the body into a wire. All right, turning the body into a wire, right? Because someone will say, but where is this coming from? There's nothing like that, and so on and so on. But we'll just go down here and look at, okay, let's look at we can use IE spectrum. These are documents. I'll put the links below for everybody to absorb. Turning the body into a wire. When the human body is the communication channel, it's hard to hack the data. Look at this diagram. It's for you. So here we go. In 2007, U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney ordered his doctors to disable all wireless signals to and from his internet-connected pacemaker. Sorry about that. Cheney later said that the decision was motivated by his desire to prevent terrorists from being able to hack his pacemaker and to use it to lethally shock his heart. Cheney's command to his doctors might seem to some to be overly cautious, but wireless connected medical devices have a history of exploitable vulnerabilities. What I want to do is exploitable vulnerabilities, and we'll talk of wireless signals and other things. But let me just go down and share with you other stuff that is below. But all these documents one can read by themselves. Surely I cannot read all these documents. Okay, your body is a smart home. I just want to read this part. We call the method of sending signals directly through body electro-quasi-static human body communication. That's a mouthful, so let's just think of it as a body channel. The important takeaway is that by exploiting the body's own conductive properties, we can avoid the pitfalls of both wired and wireless channels, right? So I'll just read this illustration here by Chris Philpott. People are putting more and more devices in and on their bodies, whether they are medical devices like pacemakers, insulin pumps, body temperature sensors, or consumer tech like wireless earbuds, smartwatches, fitness trackers. They all have one thing in common. None of them need to send data beyond the range of the human body. Any communications beyond the body can be handled by a central wireless hub. The network that these devices create is called an Internet of Bodies network, borrowing from the Internet of Things concept. Internet of Bodies networks share some of the same needs as a smart home, for example. A smart home can be filled with wildly different devices, an Amazon Alexa, a smart fridge, and a system that adjusts lights automatically when people enter and exit rooms that all use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to communicate. Likewise, consumer tech and medical devices in an Internet of Bodies network can both use the common medium of the body itself to send signals, right? So we're talking of the body here, and I think I made my point. So we can read all this. There's more stuff for anybody to their pictures and so on and so on, but they even videos that actually go in depth about all this that I'm sharing with you. But anyway, we can go further. Body language, I won't even go there, but you get the idea. So we're looking at the body itself as something that nobody will think of searching. We'll just think, well, we must look at what they're wearing or what they're carrying in their hand or in their pocket as a medium to cheat in over the board chess. But nobody has looked at the body itself with the advances in technology as a culprit in cheating over the board. Okay, so let's look at human body communication. Human body Human body communication, HBC, is a technology that uses the human body to transmit data and power between devices. It's an alternative to traditional wireless communication methods. So again, I make my point. If anyone was in doubt, but we can just go further and expand on this, how it works. HBC uses the body electrical conductivity to transmit signals between devices. As we know, us humans, we're electronic and we are magnetic. So yeah, we have a biofield. Some know it as the aura, but yeah, that is what we are as humans. It can be used to connect devices on and around the body. HBC can enhance the natural interaction of touch. Benefits of HBC. HBC is more energy efficient than traditional radio wave communication. So you can go on with it. But applications, HBC is a promising alternative to wearable devices and health monitoring systems. It can be used to enhance the interaction of touch between computing devices. So at least you do get the idea of where I'm going with this. What is a human body antenna? Let's go further. Human body antenna. Human body antenna. Yeah, got that too. The human body can act as an antenna in a few ways, including for sensing gestures and for transmitting and receiving signals. So I don't want to bore you with this stuff any further. As you can see, the human body itself is more than a phone. It can handle a lot of stuff. It can communicate, but one has to know how they're going to communicate, and the only thing they have to figure out is how do they communicate. Are they going to use gestures? Are they going to have some implant in their cranial nerve, or some device in their skull? But we've got devices that are at the nanoscale. We've got tiny devices that can be put in the body, as you will see. I will not speak from my mouth, but rather will share with you. What is human antenna? A system that uses the body to sense gestures by receiving electromagnetic noise from power lines and appliances. The system can classify gestures like touch positions on walls and appliances. The human input system. A system that uses the body to receive electromagnetic noise to infer human input on objects and surfaces. The system can recognize touched locations on walls without special sensors. Well, that's something else, but you do get the idea. But it goes back to human body communication. And okay, we go down here. Powering 6G devices. Scientists have proposed using the body as a carrier for coiled copper to catch waste energy from VLC. We talked about VLC earlier on, which could help make VLC more efficient. Okay, let me move forward. Let's now look at clothing that can use this technology, right? We'll look at clothing that uses this material in textiles, right? So we are just in a way that, so even clothing, somebody can be wearing something, you go through the scanners, they can't find anything. Metamaterials in textiles are artificial materials that can be used to manipulate electromagnetic waves, which can have many applications in textiles. These applications include sensing, wireless power transfer, and body area networks. So I know people ask, but how does this... Okay, we look at wireless. Okay, the sensing materials, metamaterials can be used to detect changes in the electromagnetic properties of a material, such as moisture levels in fabric. Wireless power transfer. Metamaterials can be used to transfer power wirelessly around the body, which could allow for battery-free sensors. Body area networks. Metamaterials can be used to create networks that connect wireless sensors and devices around the body. This could allow for secure payments and other interactions with nearby devices. How it works, you figure it out. I'll put the links, you can read further. We can look at ResearchGate, design of metamaterials, textiles, and wave devices. Okay, just look at one of these. I'll put all the links in the description for you guys to just check all this information, because the last thing you want in this world is to share information that doesn't have everything should have a source, so that people can read for themselves and understand what is going on. So for Kramnik and for all those people talking of cheaters in chess, there's always ways, there's always an avenue. So here's an example of is it a sweater they're wearing? Yeah, the design of, and we've got more images, and but we also have body mounted antennas for tiny wearable devices. It's very interesting. There's a lot that we do not know as a species, but technology has taken us so far away. So when we talk of cheating in chess and we just look at a cell phone and a smartwatch without looking at people themselves, the human body, I think that's where we missed the point. That's where everything is at. Wireless networks of sensors, smart devices that can be placed on a person's body could have applications in health monitoring, medical interventions, and human-machine interfaces. Such wireless body networks are, however, typically energy inefficient and vulnerable to eavesdropping because they rely on radio wave communications. So this is only a snippet of the document, the full document. You can download yourselves on this. This is ResearchGate. You can download all these documents. I can show you. You can go down and all these, you can read full text here. Multiple input, multi-output, that's MIMO, which uses multiple antennas at the transmitter and receiver, is now an essential technique for increasing communication capacity without widening the occupied radio bandwidth. However, antenna arrays within a deep sub-wavelength dimension degrade MIMO performance due to mutual. I will not go further. It's just for you you're going to read for yourselves. And there is a lot of and we've got metamaterials for high performance smart sensors. So as you can see, the body itself and things that can be worn on the body that cannot be seen. This sweater is actually a communication device, would you? But not only that, let's look at something else that is wearable that people never think about. Let me show you another wearable. This is interesting. I like this one. Okay, let me look at this. What is called smart tattoo. Smart tattoos. But we also have smart made. We also have smart textiles. Smart tattoos are electronic circuits that can be attached to the skin to monitor health or interact with devices. They can track things like heart rate, blood sugar, and hydration. Okay, let's look at the images. But as you can see, these tattoos, somebody could be communicating with outside devices, but they have a tattoo on their body, and you never think that that tattoo is sending and receiving signals, right? Anyway, let's look at other stuff. Let's expand on this electronic is it electronic tattoos, electronic yes. It's more or less the same thing, but let's just read what it gives us. You see those electric tattoos, and most of the time I like to go on research papers, not only AI or overview. I like how stuff works. You can open, or Science News, electronic tattoos offers an alternative. So it's a lot of stuff, but look at this on your head. So once dry, the spray on tattoos can pick up the brain's electrical activity about as well as traditional electrodes, right? But I will not even go deep. I will just add the links so that you can search for yourself, read for yourselves. Most of what's on these articles. I even sorry, I just forgot. I wanted to go on smart textiles also. I just feel that I left something unfinished. Smart textiles. What is smart textiles? It's more less metamaterials, but there is a definition I wanted. Smart textiles are fabrics that have electronic components embedded into them. These components can include sensors, batteries, microcontrollers, and lights. Smart textiles are known as e-textiles or smart fabric. Okay, so how do smart textiles work? Respond to the environment. Smart textiles can adapt to temperature changes and other environmental factors. Monitor activity. Smart textiles can, with motion sensors, can track the activity levels of people wearing them. Collect data. Smart textiles can collect, analyze, and transmit data about the wearer. So I think by now we have an idea of why I made this video. The whole idea of this video was to prove that the human body itself is the culprit, or if ever I'm not saying somebody has cheated. I've not seen anybody who's cheated. I've not seen anybody cheat in chess. But I'm saying that people like Inspector Kramnik can actually start here. You can start if you're serious in fighting cheating in chess. This is the avenue he can actually use. In fact, if anybody has cheated and people were wondering how did he cheat, like in the case of Hans Niemann at St. Louis, and then there was just suspicion of cheating. Look at the press conference. Look at how when he's asked, but how did you win? He couldn't explain his game and so on and so on. There was suspicion, but there was no proof. If anybody is capable of cheating over the board chess, then this is the forest to hunt for the culprit. This is where you can get the information of how possible, how can anybody cheat in chess. If anybody has cheated over the board chess, this is the way they could have cheated, because the body itself, we are already in advanced stages of this technology. So if somebody knows about it and they've taken advantage of it, knowing that the rest of the world is behind. Even right now, as people are watching this video, I can tell you that not everybody is aware of this technology. They know it, they see it, they've heard what they've been told about it, but they've never thought this is where we are with this technology and the possibilities and what's actually happening within us as a species. So I think the point has been clear, but I'm not yet finished. I still want to go further and deeper with this thing. So let's look at how electric tattoos. How electric tattoos are made. Made via nanotechnology. Yeah, we'll look at that. I think that's electronic tattoos are made using nanotechnology through a variety of methods, including printed electronics, liquid alloys, and graphene. These tattoos are designed to attach to the skin and transmit data to a device. It's always good when people get to know how these things work, and because the worst part is that we can talk of most of these things, but and the way they are the discussions around them, if you were to watch the news and you get the information about all this, you will not get an idea of how these things work. But going to read the documents, for example, the PDFs, because most of this work is in PDFs, so one has to read. So I couldn't present the PDFs, that's why I'm using this method. But as time goes on, obviously, if the channel grows, then I'll be able to have better equipment and stuff that can actually do this thing properly, where we'll have videos for all this and other methods to present this work in a smoother and more entertaining and enjoyable manner. Though the information itself, I'm not sure it's enjoyable, but this is the most practical method that I have. That's why I had to go this way. There was no other way. I had to choose this method because this is the most practical way for me to present these facts as they are, and I had no other way to do it. So yeah, let's go forward with this work. I can actually, okay, what is biocyber interface? Because now at least we've got the idea of where we are going. What is biocyber interface? Yeah. A biocyber interface is a device that translates biological signals from inside the body into electromagnetic signals that can be sent to the internet. It's a hybrid device that connects the biological world to the internet. So again, we see that the body and technology merging and the internet. So okay, bio-nano networks, nano devices inside the body that sense the environment, store data, and perform other functions. Biocyber interface, a device that converts biochemical signals from the nano networks into electrical signals. Gateway devices like smartphones, tablets, and PDAs that receive the electrical signals from the biocyber interface. Medical server, blah blah blah. Okay, you got the idea. Okay, let's look at images. You can also go to National Institute of Health and look at what securing a biocyber interface of Internet of Bio-Nano. It's securing biocyber interface for the Internet of Bio-Nano things using particle swarm optimization and artificial neural networks based parameter profiling. You can I'll add the links to this video, and you can just do the reading for yourself. There's a lot that one can read and understand, but if people are serious with routing cheating out of chess, I think this is the way to go. This is what to look for. You can look at the images. You can see the images of what is biological inspired biocyber interface architecture. So yeah, so we got We can also look at what is brain-to-brain communication, right? What is brain-to-brain communication? Brain-to-brain communication. Okay. Brain-to-brain communication refers to the direct transmission of information between two brains, essentially allowing individuals to communicate with each other through their thoughts using technology that can read and interpret brain activity, effectively creating a mind-to-mind connection. This is often achieved through a brain-computer interface that captures brain signals from one person and transmits them to the brain of another, enabling basic communication without spoken words or physical gestures. Key points about brain-to-brain communication. Technology involved. Brain-computer interfaces are the primary technologies to capture brain signals and translate them into information that can be transmitted to another brain. How it works. The sender, the person sending the information, generates a specific brain pattern which is detected by the BCI. Transmission. The recorded brain activity is then transmitted digitally to the receiver. The receiver's brain is stimulated using methods like transcranial magnetic stimulation to interpret the received signal. Current limitations. While research has shown successful basic brain-to-brain communication in lab settings, the technology is still at its early stages, and complex thoughts or detailed communication are currently not possible. Potential applications, you can just read for yourself. But now I think I've made my point. The whole idea of this video was to prove that the human body itself has already changed. We already have augmented humans. We've got before I finish off, let me look at what is human enhancement. Human enhancement. Okay, there you go. Human enhancement is the use of science and technology to improve human capabilities such as physical strength, intelligence, and appearance. It can involve genetic engineering, brain chips, and synthetic blood. Examples of human enhancement. You can look for yourselves. There's a lot of stuff that is going on there. But the bottom line is that, while I conclude, the bottom line is that technology has advanced, and the human body is no longer just a human being and his brain going to play a game. Some people have already been augmented. Some people have devices within their bodies. Almost every human on earth has got sensors in their body, because some will consume them through food, some consume them through the water, some will inhale them through the air, because nanoparticles are so tiny and invisible you can't see them, but they are self-assembling when they're exposed to light. So when they get into the body, that's why the issue of Elon Musk's brain chip, it's something like, now sounds like Stone Age. There's no need for brain chips anymore with this Neuralink, simply because nanotechnology has overtaken that. These nanoparticles can self-assemble and do the same job that a brain chip will do. And there's other technology that is even small, that is even more efficient and more smaller than a brain chip that Elon Musk had proposed. But with 6G, it's going to be so advanced that we'll go from human to synthetic beings to transhuman, then to posthuman, or let me put it correctly, from where we are now to cyborgs, to synthetic beings, to transhuman, then to posthuman. So all those stages is where technology is taking us. But some of the technology is still in research phase, but some of it is already here. By the time you see it actually active, it would have been commercialized, but before it's commercialized, it's not announced, but it will be active in certain areas. And depending on who people meet with and how much money they can have access to it and use it to their advantage. That's why I'm talking of cheating over the board, that it is indeed possible. But this doesn't mean I made the video to encourage people to cheat in chess. Neither am I. Did I make the video to prove that somebody did cheat over the board? I have no proof of that. I don't know if anybody's cheated over the board. It's just a game I love. I've played it for over 32 years. Yeah, 33. Make that 33. Yeah, I played it for 33 years. And I love chess so much that I will do anything to help the game improve, to help people eradicate the threats that are coming to chess through cheating. But one thing is for sure, when this technology is fully within us, this cannot be cheating. It will be part of the culture, because there'll come a time when people will actually have computers within their brains, like they will have their phones within their bodies, since the body is being turned into a wire. So that's where we are going with technology. That's where we are in fact. So people just have to be prepared to where technology is taking us. And if they can do something about it, then so be it. If they can't, then we know that we can't do anything about it. But one thing is for sure also, this technology cannot be stopped. It's already there. It's within our bodies, and there's no way we can stop it. There's no way we can put the reverse gear on it. It's already happening. It has happened, and we can't do anything about it. So of all the topics that I mentioned today, I will make follow-up videos to explain each topic in depth, because here it was just an introduction of saying this is what is possible with the human brain. This is what we must be looking at. So I can come tomorrow and talk of human enhancement as an entire video. The other time I'll come with human body communication as another topic. The time I'll come with brain-to-brain communication. The time I'll come with biosensors. What are biosensors? I didn't include them today. What is biosensors? What is wireless body area network? And all these things. But all those things will be just to make sure that people do understand that chess as we know it will not be the same. By 2030, chess as we know it will be different. And you might think that a person who's 70 years old might not be able to play chess, but with this technology, I think a 70-year-old can just play as good as a world champion, a Gukesh, because they'll be having the engines within their bodies. So one can actually pose the question, does this not then kill the game of chess? If everybody has a computer or an engine within their body, then who's going to be the world champion? Who's going to beat who? I think that's a question for everybody to ask. But just like, subscribe, share, and turn the notification button on. I will come back and make more content on the topic to explain these and further advances in technology. But this is the area we should be looking at. We should actually be looking at this and nothing else. And I'm sorry that my videos are just basic Google page, nothing else. But the idea is that the substance of what I'm discussing is what I wanted to share with you, because most people in this world, they have no idea that this is where we are with our bodies. Our bodies are now connected to the internet. Our bodies are now wires. Our bodies are carrying sensors, and they can send data and receive. They can send data to outside devices and so on and so on. But I will come further with more and more information about this. I'll share this content and create more of it as we go further. Thanks for watching. just don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and turn the notification button on, so that when I come again with more of the stuff in depth, because with each and every topic I didn't go deep. I just touched on the surface to say, okay, what is human augmentation, what is biodigital convergence, and so on and so on. So expect to have a top. In fact, expect the titles of biodigital convergence, expect the titles of human enhancement, expect the titles of optical wireless communication, and all this. It's in relation to us human beings, as we're looking at us human beings as chess players. It's in the context of us chess players and the fears of cheating over the board, and how it will affect chess, and the technology and where it's taking us, and how it will affect chess in general. So this is what to consider. So if you're a chess fan and you love your chess, and you've seen you followed the links that I'm going to put in the description below, and read for yourself, I'll come further and advance. And actually, if somebody's got questions, just put them in the comment section, and I'll come back and reply to that. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.